Revenge is a dish best served cold, daddy. It's served all day. I'm here with the creative minds behind the upcoming indie horror film Pancake Man, Bron Theron and Mike Della Pia, and this is Slasher Sports Cinema.
And I'm here to kill you.
I am Dracula.
Say that I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for shedding?
6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Business. Welcome to the show, boys.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Thank you for being on. First of all, welcome Bron Theron, Mike Della Pia. These gentlemen are the creative force behind Pancake Man. Pancake Man. All right. The title is intriguing enough because who the hell doesn't like pancakes?
That was a good intro. I wish I videotaped the intro.
Yeah, right.
Well, I gotta thank my good friend Jack Fiddler for that intro theme, and thank you very much, Scott Sanford. Yeah, Glenda Anderson says, "Oh boy, pancakes." Of course, everybody's kind of chiming in.
Hey, Lisa.
Thank you all for joining us. Yes, hi, Lisa. Good to see you. MDP. Scott. I thought I was going to be the only one to give you the acronyms, but I guess that's something that's already standing. MVP, the MVP. I dig it. But yeah, I got to know what led to the two of you teaming up like the mega powers on this project.
Bron, do you want to take that?
Sure. I mean, our story's the same. We were in a movie and Mike kills me, so that's how we met. And that's how we met. And then we were on another movie, and we just talked a lot more than killing went on. So that was the initial meeting of our two paths, I guess, if you will. And did you ask how we met, or did you ask how Pancake Man was formed? I'm sorry.
Let's go with both questions. Go with both questions. Okay. I want to know how you met.
That's how we met. We met by him killing me, but Pancake Man was formed more on Mike's side because Mike really likes pancakes in real life. He's a huge pancake fan, and me and him were on actually another movie set, believe it or not, and we were kind of toying with that idea. It actually started as a joke, as I recall. We were on a set with this other guy, BJ, and we were all talking about slasher films and horror genre in horror this and horror that, and I think it came as a joke. And he's Mr. Pancake Man. He's Pancake Man, and the name just kind of stuck from there. And shortly after, I started working on the script for it. So that's kind of how it formed.
Yeah, because I think you were on a flight that was kind of long, because when you got off the flight, he had sent me an email and he's like, "I've got the first 5 pages done," and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I read it and I was like, holy shit, like this is good. Like we could do this. And I could totally see where he was going. And it just kept growing from there. It's amazing.
Well, speaking of acronyms, shout out to the OBP, the OK Baseball podcast, one of the podcasts here at Slasher Sports. Many thanks for chiming in. Yeah, you're right. There was an ice cream man. So why not? I mean, pancakes are tenfold better than ice cream. So yeah, and plus Ice Cream Man was one of those pile of shit movies that just kind of survived over the years. So I think this one's going to survive like cockroaches, man.
Yeah, good.
Let's hope so.
But Bron, take a moment and put your guy over real quick. All right, what's so Mike Della Pia about Mike Della Pia that keeps you working with him?
You know what? At first, it was just by chance. It was just by random chance, and then I think this one film we had a lot of downtime, and we just started talking a lot about stuff and making movies. And the real reason I think we clicked is because we both want to make good movies. We both are like fans of movies. I mean, Mike watches movies a lot. I mean, he's super into movies. I would say maybe more than I. But I think deep down, we both had this passion to make a good story. And so I think that's where it all starts with any films, you know?
I love it. I mean, listen, lately there's been a surge of films, and maybe even not lately. It's just maybe it's kind of flown under the radar, but a surge of taking things that are good and pure, i.e., I don't know, Winnie the Pooh, Bob Ross, now Pancakes, and just putting an evil spin on it. I can go all the way back to, I don't know, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Like there's just things like that it just seems like it's kind of the trend now, and I'm really down with what you guys are doing, if I'm being honest about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. It does. It starts on the page. It does start on the page. Sanford's right. And man, we've got so many messages coming in.
That's a good thing. That means people are watching.
A breakfast cinematic universe.
Yeah,
I would love a breakfast.
Like
the French toast man, the waffle man, pancake man. Eventually, we got to get to the pancake wrapped sausage. But I don't know. We could have our own little Justice League, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was one of those films that really didn't do very well.
But I actually enjoyed it.
I loved it. It was so absurd that it was great.
Yeah.
The axe as the weapon.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
James Gunn may be available. You're right. But Mike, same question to you, man. Like, what's so Bron Theron about Bron Theron?
Like you said, when we did that second movie together, because it was funny. I had killed him like on a Wednesday in Las Vegas, and then like on Friday we were in Pennsylvania, right? Like, I mean, and I got out of my car and he got in his car. We just looked at each other like we had no idea that we were going to be there because we never talked.
He lives.
Yeah, and then it was like we really got along. We talked a lot because it was a long night. And then he had given me a part on his last movie, Half Dead Fred, and when I went to do that part in Flint, Michigan, I got to see how he works, and I've worked with a lot of directors, and he really impressed me with the way he shot things, the way he looked at things. Definitely thought outside of the box way more than most people. So when he came to me with this, I was all about it because I know this will be a good film. Like, it doesn't matter, knowing he's behind it, I know it's going to look good. I'm positive of that.
We've got a question from Drixley, a good man, Drixley. What are those posters behind Bron? They look awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was the film he was just talking about over there. That's Half Dead Fred's poster. The one next to it is a cop show that I did with my main man, Jordan C. Michael. And this one right here is from a TV series I did called Real Acting. It's like The Office, but it's about an acting class. So those are and then I have some more over here. But yeah, I always put up the posters from projects I do. I think Mike has posters too. But like, I don't know, just coming from the love of movies, having movie posters is just kind of, burned in our brain.
Well, they're calling this a beautiful bromance.
There's like if you saw these walls, there's typically not an inch space anywhere. It's just all posters all around me.
There shouldn't be. There should be no space. If you have space, you got space for a picture.
That's
an
what
autograph.
That's what walls are for.
That's what they're for. Just to throw up an autographed picture of Lloyd Kaufman or something. I don't know.
I have that too. I have those too.
Do you have that?
Well, I have a picture of me and Lloyd. Yeah, of course.
Well, listen, guys, I'm going into this one cold. And that's no way to eat a pancake, by the way. Cold's not the way to do it. But give me the quick and sticky on Pancake Man. What is Pancake Man?
All right. So Pancake Man is a revenge thriller slasher kind of a film. It's very similar to, say, the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas. It's kind of like a mix of that with a little bit of Reservoir Dogs, a Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrel, kind of 3 stories meet into a Mexican standoff at the end. And I know the Pancake Man title represents a very Tromaville type of feel, or a very, you picture a pancake on a face with a knife going around, but that's not it. I promise. It's not
Like
it.
butter for the eyes or something, right?
Yeah. You think this is going to be like the most cheesiest movie where you see like blood squirting from someone's hand. No, it's not. It's actually very serious, but I don't care. I'll live with that Pancake Man title. I love it. So it's definitely a revenge movie, and I think that's ultimately what people like to see.
I love a good revenge, And listen, you said Falling Down with Michael Douglas. I think that's a film that maybe for whatever reason didn't stand the test of time, but no film was more, I guess, important to bringing to light the road rage scene that was happening in like the mid 90s. The breaking point, the white collar murderers, I guess. Huge flick at the time. Well, it was very much talked about, and to this day, I don't think there's a Michael Douglas film that I enjoy more. And he's done a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's either that or The Game for me. His 2 movies.
Yeah.
The Game was excellent. The Game was absolutely excellent.
I think Falling Down just had an anniversary the other day. Like, I think it was just like, it was just recent. But that's a classic. I've watched it, I think, a month ago. Yeah, I watch it all the time.
It's good.
It's inspiration.
Shout out to the Row Report, another big part, my tag team partner, if you will, the Mike Della Pia to my Bron Theron, if you will, at Slasher Sports. Yeah, we started Slasher Sports a couple of years back, and like, man, we've just been trying to find our way. We started off with baseball only, and then we stopped that for a while, and I started doing the horror film thing with another podcast called Slashers and Screamers, where we would basically take some of our favorite horror films from years past and review them in a, I guess, not so serious kind of way. But today we're running on all cylinders, or firing on all cylinders, with a Slasher U, where we're covering college sports, the OK Baseball podcast, Suki's Honeydew Project, where Suki Suburbia is kind of giving the lifestyle and telling us what we can get out of the house and get to doing, finding our community, finding our tribe. Suki's really good at bringing out the questions, or bringing out the answers. Just when you think you've got all the answers, she changes the questions. She's not Rowdy Roddy Piper, though. But tell me about your roles on this project. Bron, I know you're a director and a screenwriter, and Mike, you're a producer and on-screen talent, but like, what all do you have your hands in for Pancake Man?
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So I am Pancake Man, so I'm the lead.
Right.
It's fitting. So I'll be the Pancake Man in the movie. Aside from that, I'm an executive producer, and I will be handling a lot of the business side of what we're doing, as far as the money goes, as far as, scheduling goes, as far as, talent goes. I'll be handling that side of things. This way, Bron can do what he does, and I could do what I do. I come from I'm 50 years old, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 20 years old. So business is what I do. So I'm fine with that.
Listen, we're all about honesty on this podcast. You're not going to give me that 50-year-old bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a minute.
Yeah, he's in pretty damn good shape for 50.
I was going to say he's got muscles in more places than most people have places, but that's that's good, Mike. Thank you for that answer, by the way. I guess I want to know about some of the people that are behind the scenes here. I mean, we're going to get to our on-screen talent, but tell me about the Easleys, man. Give me the skinny on Derek and Megan.
Sure. So Derek and Megan are helping us produce this. They are a very talented, dynamic duo. They work in a lot of commercials, and they also produce other feature films as well. They got something going on currently as well, a vampire movie and a comic book. I mean, they're very active. They do have a lot of projects. But I've known them both for quite a few years. They operate drones, they have equipment, they have a lot of resources, and they're really good people, and they're super about Pancake Man. I think they're, every time I talk to them, they're more excited than anybody I talk to, and so I'm just lucky. We both are lucky that they're on this project because they're good people.
Well, speak of the devil and he shall appear, Derek easily comes in with what is Mike doing to prepare for his role as the next great slasher? Well, apparently a lot of curls.
Yeah, he's doing bar dips.
Yeah.
Answer that, Mike. What are you doing to prepare for the for to be the next face of, well, pastries and murder?
I really hadn't put a whole lot of thought into it. I mean, it's
just being Mike.
The whole thing is kind of surreal to me. When you see your face on the main board there with Pancake Man, it's my eyes, and it's kind of surreal knowing that the whole thing is even happening, because it came from my love of pancakes, which if you're on my Facebook now, and you'll see there's probably a pancake post for me every other day, maybe, so it's just really crazy to me how it all came to be. So what am I doing to prepare for it? I'm just doing what I do, man, eating pancakes and working out.
Just being MDP. What's so damn special about pancakes? I mean, I know what's so special about them because I love them, but I mean, what are you doing that's different? I mean, Mitch Hedberg once said, I like to put fruit on my pancakes because I like to have something to brush off of them. So what's the go-to pancake recipe?
I like pancakes with banana and peanut butter and blueberries.
Protein cake.
Yeah, that combination that's a winner right there. So yeah, I go for that one a lot. Like that's usually it'll be a pancake with a layer of peanut butter, a pancake layer of peanut butter, bananas and blueberries on top. That's the deal.
Listen, man, I've been hitting the gym pretty hard. All right. I'm nothing on the level worth bragging about, but that sounds like my my post-workout breakfast right there.
Gains.
Yeah, that's gains right there. Now,
I mean,
when it comes to peanut butter, do you have a specific brand you like?
Actually I do. Funny you should ask. Pix, P-I-C-S, Pix peanut butter. You can get it on Amazon. Yeah, it's really good. It comes from New Zealand. It's fucking, can I curse? I'm sorry. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's awesome. And it comes in a really big fucking jug that'll last. It's like $36, but it's a big ass jug and it'll last you a while. But that's my go-to, Pix.
That's what you hope you got in the cargo hold if the plane goes down. You're surviving on it forever, right?
Exactly. My house is never without.
Well, let's talk about some of the cast. All right. So first, I saw August Kiss is going to be involved in this one. I know August, and I've got a lot of time for August Kiss. Very kind person, a pleasure to interact with, and not to hijack the show, but listeners are going to remember August from when we talked about the Paul Ragsdale and Angie D'Alba film Murder Size. So Murder Size has August involved in that one, looking as only she can look, and in her 80s spandex and teased hair that probably smells Vaquinet, pink, and cocaine. I don't know, it was the 80s. And I do mean the character, not August herself. Disclaimer. Right. But then I saw a promo from Corin Nemec, and I was hoping that Corin was going to be in this film. He cut a promo on everybody, basically to promote the film. Made me afraid to miss it, if I'm being honest. It was a Jake the Snake Roberts sell job if I ever saw one. I mean, so he's going to be involved in Pancake Man, right?
Yeah.
I got a reference there, so it was really fucking funny.
Thank you. Yeah. I do my damnedest. I do my damnedest.
Yeah.
So what's Corin going to be doing in Pancake Man?
So Corin right now is scheduled to play a character named Danny T, which is actually one of the most important characters of the film for me because every movie I make, I put a character in that is based off of a friend of mine that has passed away. And this character is based on a friend of mine that's passed away. But in the movie, he is a very important mob boss's son who is in the business and has a family that's some are in the business and some are not. And he is trying to get out of the business. And so what happens in our storyline is his youngest brother gets killed accidentally by Pancake Man in the beginning, and he becomes kind of a detective of sorts to try to find the killer of his youngest brother. So he's a very important part, and I think that I don't know who has the most dialogue in this movie. I haven't broke it down, but he's definitely one of the lead actors.
Yeah.
Love it. So we had a question from Jose. Let me back up to that one. Are there going to be creative ways to kill your victims with a pancake theme? Now, we don't want to post any spoilers here, but how about a taste of that maple syrup? What do we got going on?
Listen, I have not written anybody getting killed by a pancake, just to keep the record straight. No pancakes has hit anybody and died or any of that. There is some weaponry of fork play in this movie. So the fork does come into play. I have not written like syrup. You asked about syrup. Nobody at this moment gets killed with a bottle of syrup. It's possible. It could happen. But at this moment, it's not written in there. There is a lot of kills, though. In your mind,
in my mind. Okay, so I don't, like I said, I'm coming in cold. So knowing that falling down is kind of one of those, you can harken back to that to kind of compare to what we have with Pancake Man. It sounds to me like a man just wanted some fucking pancakes and he couldn't get them, and he was on his last nerve, and he has to do something about it. There's no comedic turn. There's no irony with, you're not going to see like a life-size, Aunt Jemima slap somebody in the face with a spatula. This is hardcore horror. No. And we're not pigeonholing ourselves into a comedy horror where there's just no return from it. Right.
It's not a Tromaville movie. It's serious. And
it's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah. I mean, like I mean, the kills are brutal. It's a brutal movie, but in the best way.
In the very best way. I can't wait. Yeah. I tell you what, the best way for us to do this, I guess I'm just gonna go off the cuff here. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna figure out where we can. I guess we need to look at our cast. Am I able to do that? I think I should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could pull up the Indiegogo images onto there you go. There's
are we looking good?
Yeah.
All right. So talk me through this. Let's start at the very beginning. Who's that handsome devil? We know who that guy is.
That's Pancake Man.
All right. And we've talked about the Easleys, and they're great. They just look like a happy couple. Look at them.
They are very happy.
They are.
Yeah. And we're happy for them. And this schmuck right here with
There's me
excellent T-shirt.
Looking like a 17-year-old in his room with posters.
Hello, fellow kids. Yeah,
That's
walking
right.
up with the skateboard on his shoulder.
Yeah.
All right, so who do we have here?
Scott Ward.
Scott Ward. And what's he doing in Pancake Man?
Scott Ward actually plays a real important part. He plays the actual mob boss that is dying. So he plays Danny T's father.
Mob boss. Yeah, I could see him breaking somebody's thumbs.
He's a mob boss, but he's on his deathbed, so it's kind of like,
Godfather 3.
Yeah, right. Godfather 3-ish.
Yeah. Okay. I can dig it. So Sarkis Bacalian.
Yes, that is actually a really good friend of mine that has worked on several projects that I work on, and he just did a lead actually in a movie called Pride Jewel that's out now on Amazon. He's a very talented actor, and he does all kinds of other stuff too in The Crew.
And takes a hell of a picture.
And he looks pretty.
Yeah, you know what he's what I would call man pretty. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with
man.
that. I'm what you would call ruggedly hideous. I'll take that. Who do we have here?
So that's Rachie. She is actually a huge cosplayer, and I just met her actually in person the other day. I've had a few meetings with her, and she has quite a following in the whole Comic-Con world, and that is also the star of the VVV show that I was talking about earlier with Derek and Megan producing the vampire show. And so she's on board on this movie as well, and hopefully we break into that whole Comic-Con world fan base, because that's a huge niche market as well.
And whoever's doing her eyebrows deserves a raise. Deserves a raise.
She has a lot of makeup on, and she does well. Oh, there's Alyssa Dowling.
Alyssa Dowling. Tell me about Alyssa.
So Alyssa was a friend of mine that I had met on a set a long time ago, and I actually wanted her to be in my last film, Half Dead Fred. So she was supposed to be in that film, but at the time we shot it during COVID. So there was some sort of thing where flights wasn't going on, so she couldn't make it to California. So in turn, she actually got her friend to do the part, which was Tiffany Shepis. So Tiffany Shepis is another actress that is known for being a scream queen. She's known for being a scream queen as well. That niche market of, horror genre. And so unfortunately I didn't get her on the last movie, but this movie I talked to her about, and she wants to be a part of it. And she sent in an audition, and it was great. And, luckily we got her on board.
Amazing. Jordan C. Michael.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there. That's Jordan C. Michael. He was my boy right there. That's my man. He's a good actor. He's also probably even a better tech director. He's good at multiple things, is what I'm saying. He was a child actor, and if you look him up, you will see that he was the first kiss for Stephanie Tanner in Full House. He's also
I'll be goddamned.
Yeah, right. He got in there.
Should have been me.
He got in there
first. Been me.
He's also done a bunch of other stuff. He was in a movie called Motorama with Meatloaf and Drew Barrymore and several other actors. He did quite a bit when he was very young. He probably was in more movies when he was 10 than I have been in my whole life.
That's wild. So wild. Jeremus McFadden.
You want to introduce him, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremus is a great dude. I've worked with him on multiple films. Really great stunt coordinator, super talented guys, really, really colorful backgrounds, has done some really interesting shit. Right. Him and his wife, really good people. Really excited to have him, on with this. Like he's a good dude.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
And then he also did a little bit of stunt coordination on my last film, Half Dead Fred. So
it seems like a lot of folks have to wear a lot of hats in indie film, just because you're carving out your niche, and you just kind of fall in where you fit in. And maybe you're asked to do something that you don't have a lot of experience in, but you're part of the team. You got to pick up some slack somewhere. And but what you have here in Corin Nemec is a real deal bad mofo. Like I said, that promo alone, it kept me intrigued. I hope I'm not sounding facetious when I tell you this, but I'm really looking forward to this project. Very much looking forward to this project. You had me at Falling Down. You had me at Reservoir Dogs. And, you basically have to, you kind of have to draw comparisons to help the maybe non-indie fan become an indie fan.
Yeah.
And drawing those parallels really paints the picture, illustrates what they should expect with a little bit of deviation. So I think you really, knocked it out of the park. You have me intrigued. I hope you have the listening audience intrigued. Based on the comments, it looks like you've got a long line of people ready to see this flick happen. And yeah, just sub second week watching. Thank you, Understanding Biz 421. Awesome stuff covering my favorite topic. Well, it's our favorite topic. And then yeah, lots of Sarkis. Oh man, Sarkis is nuts.
Woo woo.
Yeah, and then we've got Tory Jones. Man, Tory Jones. What can I say about Tory Jones? He was on last week, and I got nothing but time for Tory Jones.
Yeah, I'm actually working with him on his next project that he's doing this summer. I'm excited about that. Tory's a good dude.
There's a lot of talent. You know, I don't ever want to seem like I'm like not appreciative or just taking anything for granted, because I've gotten to speak to some of the most talented people that I could ever think of just doing this show alone. And oh yeah, shameless plug here, and I love it though. Don't forget to subscribe to Slasher Sports Cinema on YouTube. Support Billy here. Gosh, Christian Rao. If I didn't have Christian Rao, I'd probably leave my own shoes at home. You know, that's a tag team partner right there.
Yeah.
But you know, okay, so we've talked about the cast here. We talked about Corin. Like the Indiegogo campaign tells us clearly what's needed. As long as that page is up to date. But you guys say lots of effects and fight choreography. Without spoilers, tell us about the effects needed for Pancake Man.
Sure. So I believe if we have a good-looking fight and good-looking kills, it will obviously make the movie way more legitimate than, you know, your standard independent movie. A lot of times independent movies suffer from budget, and they suffer from, you know, technical stuff. And that's like sound or bad script, or maybe the DP's a little loose, you know what I mean? So I wrote that in the Indiegogo to let people know, like, listen, our intent is to spend some good money on effects and have some really good looking fight scenes. The slasher genre kind of requires that, you know, they requires blood and boobs, and we're focusing more on blood, but there might be some boobs in there. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, well, I don't think you could spoil it with boobs. That's, you know, listen, the approach to the perks in this campaign was done a little bit differently. I know at one time there was a perk to be in a scene with August. Was that ever filled, or is that still out there?
There was two of them. One was filled.
There's two and one was filled. Okay. Yeah. I want to do a scene with August. I want to recreate that scene from the movie Perfect with Jamie Lee Curtis and John Travolta, where they're, you know, where she's leading the exercise class, and it's like literally just air humping, you know, and they're basically cutting glances at each other across the room. You can cut the tension with a chainsaw, because it's like Vietnam in there, man. All right. It's just sweaty, filthy, and you know, nobody's getting out alive. But like, I want it done like to the song that opened the Toxic Avenger. I don't know if you guys have seen that lately, but I watched the Toxic Avenger lately, and that song Body Talk. Man, when I tell you that song fucking grabbed me for the first time in 20 years, it had probably been 20 years since I saw the Toxic Avenger, and I threw it on because I just got the Trauma Now app, which I guess is like the Netflix for trauma film.
Trauma, yeah.
But yeah, it's like $4.99 a month or something, like something ridiculously low. But I got it, and the first thing I put on was the Toxic Avenger, just for the nostalgia. And then it hit me with that song Body Talk, and I'm like, oh man, like that opening montage, the song by Farina, Sandy Farina. Y'all, I felt alive. I absolutely felt alive, but like, you know, I haven't filmed that scene in my head at all.
That perk that the thing that you're describing, Billy, the perk that you're describing probably would cost $50,000. Do you have that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, okay. That's all I ask. I don't ask much.
But
August, I'm sorry to drag you into this.
There are perks with August. There's actually 2 different ones up. There's one up with the acting, and that means lines, and then there's one just being a scene. So there are 2 up there if you look at the Indiegogo.
Sure. And like on the lower side though, you got a dollar holler. As of right now, 39 of 50 have been claimed. What is that? What is the dollar holler?
Well, okay, so the way Indiegogo works, just in case people are not familiar with that website, it is a site where you generate funds for films or for whatever project you're doing, right?
Sure.
And it is based off of algorithms, just like everything else in our world right now. And the dollar holler is a very cheap way to help our algorithm, is what it is, because they go off of how many donations you have. So if you have a lot of donations, you can end up on the front page of your fixed genre, which is ours is filmmaking. So that's why we made that dollar holler. So if you get a dollar holler, we get on our Facebook page that, we have over 500 people now following our Facebook group. And we just say, hey, man, thank you. Or hey, woman, thank you for giving us a little bit towards our campaign. Because these are weird times, man. A dollar can help, and people don't think about it, but it can help because it'll help our algorithm.
Hey. Yeah, not everything has to be the knockout blow, right? Throw punches and bunches. They're going to fall.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's what that is. But yeah, Indiegogo is a really good way to try to raise funds for your movie. I know half the people know about it and then half the people don't. So I'm glad we're talking about it. I'm glad you built this fictitious perk in your head with August, because it sounds exciting, but we don't have that exact one. But
well, to me it wasn't fictitious, but okay, let's just moving on, guys. Fuck it.
Sorry, bro.
So for $5, just $5, used to be $10, you can get a Pancake Man sticker or decal, put in your guitar case or on your movie shelf. Let them know you're a supporter of independent film and independent filmmakers. Okay. If Beyonce told you to be an independent woman, you went and then you saw her go out and marry Jay-Z, she's a flake. But these fellas right here, they are not flakes. All right, these fellas are here with me right now. Grab the stickers, guys. $5 get you those stickers. Put them anywhere.
Yep.
Put them in everything.
We've actually sent a lot of these out so far, so we've had really good luck with these. We love promo. We love stickers. These have been going well.
Yeah.
So the T-shirt on the Indiegogo page is like a skull and crossbones. We saw that the picture of you wearing it. The crossbones are like spatulas, obviously, and I can kind of get behind that. But in the pitch video, in the pitch video that we've not seen here, the two of you are wearing like matching T-shirts with a graphic of like a stack of pancakes. How do I get a hold of that one? That's the one I want.
Mike got those. Where'd you get them, Mike?
Amazon.
Okay. Well, I'll stick to the black and white spatula.
I wanted us to have something to wear when we did the video, and I that shirt was just perfect for that. It was just,
hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. But the skull and cross spatulas, it's only $30 right now, and it goes toward getting this film done. It is not a small deed. All right, now 50% off this one, but now $50 gets you a special thanks credit in the film. Is that right? Did I understand that right?
Yeah, that's it. Like at the end and on IMDb, usually there's a special thanks section. And a lot of people do that if they just want their names in the movie somewhere. And some people do it for other people. Like I had somebody do the special thanks for a dog that passed away. So, you could, hey, what's up, Marty? Marty's a producer as well. He just joined our little chat. He was a big help on Half Dead Fred. He's a great guy.
Yeah, super cool.
Excellent. Yeah, get that special thanks perk. Like your name, like no longer will it matter if your name is still etched in your high school locker. It says Ryan shot his first wad here, and there's a bullseye where it was written. Come on, like no, your name now lives on in the hallowed halls of filmmaking with the likes of Stanley Kubrick, John Carpenter, Zach Braff, and it lives on via a small $50 pledge. All right, immortality for the price of half a tank of gas.
That's a good pitch.
God damn.
Right? Exactly.
Damn it, boys. I'm about half mad right now.
You're in
I don't
sales.
know about y'all.
You're on the sales team. You're the sales team.
I don't understand why he's not the guy in our video.
Yeah.
Where's my office is what I want to know.
So good.
Now, listen, I want to know about the premiere tickets. All right. What are the plans for the premiere at this point in time? I know you probably can't have very much planned out because it's too far away. All right, Jihad, don't harsh my mellow here. I said Zach Braff, and I knew somebody was gonna call me out for it.
He caught it. He caught that joke. Good for you, Jihad. You got it.
Listen, as long as somebody did, because I didn't want anybody pulling away from this thinking, man, what a schmuck is this guy putting Zach Braff up there with Kubrick and Carpenter. Thank you for bailing me out there, Jihad. That's very nice of you. All right, what do we got? What is the timeline? Start filming, release? Yeah, I guess we need to know that.
Yeah, that's those questions are very crazy questions. Like if you ask me about the premiere right now, whoo, I couldn't tell you. But I will say this: the last premiere we did for the last film, Half Dead Fred, we premiered it at the Capitol Theater, which was a really, 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 really nice theater. It was very expensive. Yeah. And all that. If we could do anything close to that for this project, I would be very happy. One of my ideas, I haven't talked to Mike about it yet, but one of my ideas is having a screening for AFM, because I did that for Half Dead Fred, and it's a very nice theater. It's an AMC. It's in Santa Monica, and a lot of times in AFM, if you're unfamiliar with that, it's called the American Film Market, and most distributors and most people that are into film on the business side go to that. So I don't know if that'll be the premiere, but I have a feeling that I will push that when that time comes. I've been doing a lot of nice theaters lately. I just played something at the Chinese Theater here in LA, in Hollywood. That's a beautiful theater. There's another theater that I have connections with. I have a lot of connections with theaters. So no matter where we do the quote unquote premiere, it's going to be a nice theater. But that's a question. We got to finish a movie first, bro. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I didn't know if you had like a preferred place where, you know what, I once this product is finished, like I know where I want it to be. Like, some places are more sacred to others than to other people, But I guess we need to tell the listeners about some of your higher end perks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah, so we have. Let me pull this back up.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Obviously, we're going to be in the scene with August. We've got a poster and script, and there's the VIP tickets. PA for a day. What's that going to entail? That's $150 to be the PA for a day.
Right. So that means really a lot of times a PA could mean many different things. For those the people don't know, it could mean that you're taking photos all day. It could mean that you're getting some luggage. I mean, it could mean that you're assisting some actors. It could mean that you're corralling some extras. Whoever gets the PA perk will be on set and will give them tasks. It depends on who they are and what their skill levels are for those tasks, but they'll at least be part of the family for that day working on the movie. That's about as much as I can share, because I don't know who will get those perks. You know what I mean?
Sure.
To be honest, in independent film like this, Billy, that PA will most likely be in the movie. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, that PA is going to be a waitress. I don't know how this happens, but it always happens.
Yes.
Well, speaking of being in the movie, you can get your picture in the film for $200. I mean, this is 33% off that perk. There are 5 available. I mean, get your picture again. Immortality, small price to pay for immortality, guys. Then there's name a character. Okay, naming a character, that would be one that I might like to look into. No.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I was always told, that my name, Billy Graves, is perfect for horror, and
it is.
I just feel like,
totally.
throwing that name on some schmuck that gets spatulaed to death would be good. I know there's no spatulaing in this movie, but
there's 4.
There's a lot of forking. All right. Well, I thought he said that there might not be any forking. I don't know.
There's a lot of forking. We don't give a fork in this movie. Forking is going down.
No forks given. So,
no
associate producer, $350. I mean, then there's featuring your art, 400. You know, then of course be in the film. There's you get killed in the film. You can get killed in a film. You started today. All you were doing was playing your PlayStation 5, running routes on Madden 23, and getting your ass handed to you by a 10-year-old. Tomorrow, not literally tomorrow, you know, metaphorically tomorrow, you could be getting killed in a motion picture. All right. Listen, guys, I absolutely love what you're doing here. I love the enthusiasm that you guys have for film.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but the best on this thing. But, you know, what say you to the potential investor or donor or pledge who hasn't taken the step because they're afraid of investing in a film that could possibly not ever get funded or finished?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge risk all the time for Indiegogo people. And sometimes it takes longer than you think to finish films.
Sure.
You know, I've actually donated to campaigns that the film will never finish, you know, so I already know the high risk of that kind of stuff. The only thing I could say about that is I've already done a film that I did campaigns for. You know, we did 2 campaigns and we finished the movie. So I don't have any doubt that the movie will finish. It's just, yeah, we need people to donate. It's actually something that we're like, hey, you know, you could be a part of this. Yes. And it's awesome. And we're going to do this. And we have a really good script and we have really good actors and we have good special effects. But the more people that help us, the faster and the better we can make the movie, you know, all together. So it'll be made. It's just, hey, can you come in? You know what I mean? Can you be a producer? Can you step up? Because that's what's needed right now. You know, we need producers.
And now, guys, you see the types of people that you're donating to. You see the effort and the drive, the knowledge, the ability, and the humility in these filmmakers. Grab a perk, help out the cause. Let's get this movie going because I'm ready to see it. Ready to see it. So, you know, if you, I read if you know people that would want to be part of a slasher film or an actor who never got a break, you can share on social media, send to a friend, or simply leave a positive comment on their Facebook group. So that is the simplest way to donate your time to this film.
Yeah.
So, like, we know where we are in the process, guys. So before we slide into the gag reels, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on your socials?
Well, go ahead.
No, I'm just at Mike Della Pia. Pretty simple. Very simple.
Yeah, you're not difficult to find, Mike. You're not difficult to find at all.
No, I'm around.
Michael, don't look for Mike. Michael on the socials. I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Bron, what say you?
So yeah, I'm all over the stupid internet. You can follow me at White Ninja Productions on Instagram. I also run the Half Dead Fred Instagram. I also co-run the Pancake Man Instagram. I run the Real Acting Instagram. I run the Heat of the Beat Instagram. But you know what? A good place for our listeners or our viewers rather to see us is the group. I think if you find the group on Facebook and join the group and follow along there, I think that's the easiest one. You know, it just obviously depends what you like better, Facebook or Instagram, but we're heavy on the group. And then that way you can talk to us there and you'll know all the updates. So I like the Facebook group personally. And the Facebook group is Pancake Man. It's Pancake Man the movie, right? Or
Pancake Man the movie, yeah.
Yeah, Pancake Man the movie. Okay.
And
so follow
Jeremy
us there.
McFadden tells no lies. Nothing is certain except for knowing Mike and Bron are some of the hardest workers you'll find. I don't know. You know,
Thanks, Jeremy.
It's hard to not get behind folks like you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jeremy's a good dude. He's our stunt man. He's our stunt coordinator.
Yeah, he is.
You heard him. They're all over Dolly Parton's internet here. You can find them everywhere. Look at Pancake Man the movie, Mike Della Pia, Bron Theron. Guys, it's now time to go. And
Cool.
thank you very much for jumping on this podcast with me tonight. You can be doing a lot of things on a Monday night, and it doesn't include doing this schmucky podcast. But I appreciate the hell out of you guys for coming on. You've been absolute gentlemen, and I can't wait to see this project really hit the ground running. And I know you're going to do great. So that's going to do it for this episode of Slasher Sports Cinema. Now, go forth and may you drink the blood of your enemies from the skulls of their children.
All right.